Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza. We're back here today in the long dark. Hope you guys are out there having a great day. Hope you're doing what you want to do and hope it's going well. Pizza's been homesick the last couple days. At first I thought maybe I ate something weird. Now normally I make all my own food, so it's not really an issue. I do buy, cheap meat sometimes. It's close to the end date, but I usually either just freeze it, and then when I do want to make it, I just thaw it out and cook it, or I just take it home and cook it. So I didn't think it was that, but I did have a sub from Jersey Mike's. I like Jersey Mike's enough, they're fine. I don't really care. I like subs, right? I like sandwiches, so I get them from different places, but never really had an issue from there or from a sub place. Period, honestly. Uh, but I don't think that was the case. I think I got some kind of weird stomach flu thing going on. Anyway, it's been an unpleasant couple of days. But I think the worst of it is over. I woke up feeling a little better today. Throat might still be a little rough, might be some coughing and stuff. Sorry about that ahead of time. But anyway, um, because of my schedule, I mean, I'm sitting around here kind of bored, and I was like, you know what? I know it's Saturday, but let's play a little long dark. Um, and I think what I want to do, we got this trade thing we've been working on. We do have a trade set up for another fishing book, which will be awesome. We can take that with us, huh? And I just want to. I'm trying to get that pemmican bar, trade. I'd really like to get that going. We've got a lot of cured meat. We've got a lot of fat. I feel like, let's try to get that part moving. It does help with carry weight, I believe. I've only ever gotten them once, honestly. But anyway, I thought we'd grab some of the things we need and go ahead and head over to the island and drop them off now. Uh, get this trade set up for tonight, and then so we need ptarmigan down. We just need 4. Yeah, I think the prices have gone down, so we made quite a few trades. Anyway, yeah, and then see what we get for our next trade. If it's pemmican bar, maybe we'll stick around and get that done. It probably won't be though. I'm not really counting on it. So instead, I think what we're going to do is go for a walk, and I want to get a few things. Now, mainly what I'm looking for is decorations, I suppose. I think it's time to start getting some ideas for. We decided on using the little greenhouse over there as our actual house. Um, and then I think like I said, we're going to use this for, workshop, store, that kind of thing. Not actually live in the Quonset hut. But I want, look for some cool things to put on walls and all that kind of stuff. But what I would like to really get in the practical side of things is I would like to get my hands on some cooking pots and I would like to get my hands on maybe another skillet or two if we can do that. And then, sorry, I keep going back to this. Like I said, I'm still a little sick. So we need just 1 cured gut and 3 rabbit pelts. That's not bad. And 8 harvestable plants. Those. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we put the cured guts in here. Yeah, we got rabbit pelts laying all over the place. Clean up the floor a little bit, huh? There we go. I think the rest is just like meat and water. I double check before I head out the door. Meat, water, everything for that. Eating water. Okay. So yeah, we're good. But anyway, this thing keeps floating. I don't know what to do. Anyway. Yeah, we got this stuff everywhere. We killed a lot of bunnies in the last episode or two. So yeah, cooking pots, a skillet, and I think we'll just kind of do. I'm gonna go to Mountain Town. I'm gonna go back to Milton. Another thing I want from there is the gun rack. I'd really like to have a gun rack going. I'm trying. I think there's the other gun rack is in Broken Railroad. That's kind of close by, so we might do a quick swing up there. Also, but basically, I thought we'd just kind of. I need to get out of town. You know, like it's time to take a walk. I was like, what am I gonna do for an episode? You know, for a day. I was like, basically, you do the same thing I just keep doing. So I thought, nah, let's get out of here for a little while. I could use a break from Coastal Highway, and we'll make it, you know, like we need to. Less of a vacation and more of a what you do in the long dark, gathering up materials that we need. So basically, we're just going to go back to an old mini base. I thought we might maybe do a little mending, maybe tear up some clothing, get some leather, you know, do a little cleanup, I guess, is what I'm saying, for Mountain Town. And then get ourselves, like I said, at least one gun rack, maybe two. I don't like having these rifles just laying all over the Quonset hut. It's kind of bugging me. I thought I might make up a few fishing tip-ups. Kind of depends on the scrap metal we have laying around, but we can get scrap metal in Mystery. And maybe do a little fishing in Mystery. Just see if we can get some different species. Now the bear's it. Going, you know, and like I said, I need to take a walk, you guys. The long dark is also sometimes called the long walk. I might need to take a walk, you know. Hey, Mrs. Ray, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well. I was saying at the beginning of the video, I'm recovering from a bit of a stomach flu. It's been a rough couple days. We're gonna get it together and go to work tonight. I need money. It's fairly important, you know, for living. And I am starting to feel a little better. So, but yeah, I need to see some other viewpoints. Let's get out there and maybe get in some trouble. There is a moose spawn behind Grandmother's house. So maybe we'll hunt a moose. You know, just do some things I can't really do here. Like I said, the pots and pans thing is just kind of bugging me. Now, I did leave a skillet either in Broken Railroad or Mystery, so we might try to pick that one up. I don't remember. I know there's a couple of cooking pots in Milton. So we'll definitely grab some of those. Oh, we got heat packs. Well, that's cool. Dried apples. Fun. I just think I was getting sick when I started, when I did the last recording of this. It's a little fuzzy. But yeah, let's get a few different viewpoints and get out there. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, it was a rough couple days. I can deal with a regular flu, but when it really actually makes you ill, like sick or whatever, stomach issues. This poor guy, practically, he just has to live offshore recently. Alright, let's start with this one. Need some meat in here. That's a weird number. I guess that's probably reduced, probably from like 6 point some odd pounds. Still ends up costing me about the same. Yep. Yeah, because usually they want 0.52. So our trades have gone down. The price has gone down. That's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. Like all those in there. Yeah, and that is probably usually 4.4. It drops down to 3.3. Well, I guess I'll start cutting up some smaller pieces of meat. Maybe we can use these rabbits to get it. That is very tiny. We'll chuck them in there. Let's see what we get. We'll see what we get. Yeah, that worked. Right. Throw the water in there. Yeah, 0.19. So yeah, we're definitely getting cheaper trades, which is good. I was looking forward to that. So we're advancing along. We got that set up for tonight. How much water did we end up left with? Because we didn't have to drop quite as much as I thought. We'll throw a couple down. Well, we are kind of thirsty. Maybe we'll drink one. Well, we'll drink that. I guess we can see. I think I might have a little bit of meat left over here in this pile. Something, something. Yeah, we got a couple steaks. That'll work. Now we'll take this back to the house and drop it off. We can use it for decoration. Yeah, I thought we'd look around. Like I said, we'd try to get a gun rack or two, maybe. Maybe get some paintings, maybe get some signs and some things from the dam that might look cool or funny. Industrial kind of looking stuff, you know. And we'll use a little, we did a little bit of sewing. I think we'll use a little bit of time. Maybe we'll make the fishing tip up. It kind of depends, I suppose, on what I got laying around the house. And at least, even if we don't, like I said, we're going to take a little, week or two just out away from here. Let's try to get lined up with the shore in case we go. The wind doesn't feel like a blizzard, but the snow is kind of sketchy. Run some errands. Errands aren't always fun, but you know what? Sometimes it's a good distraction from the daily grind, right? We can also do some ptarmigan hunting. So I might need to make a few fire hardened arrows. Basically, we're just going to go home. We're going to start prepping for the trip. Get the trade done tonight. See what we roll. And then leave sometime tomorrow. If the weather allows. But yeah, thanks for liking and sharing, Mrs. Wright. So much appreciate you. The whole Wright family. Yeah, for right now, I think we're maybe going to live here. Uh, in the greenhouse over here. Although we could check some of these houses out too. As long as it's got a fireplace, I don't really care. Necessarily. We do want a little bit of room. It's a pretty spacious little spot, you know. These are kind of small, I think. This one doesn't look too bad. I don't see a chimney. I want to peek in here real quick. I mean, even if it has a potbelly stove, I guess I can make it work. But, and it all kind of sort of depends too on how heavy some of these things are. Oh, I'll be darned. Look there, cooking pot right there. I haven't searched this house. Oh, pizza, 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 pizza. I swear. This might, well, you know what? Maybe we'll move in here then. It's basically the same design, you know.
This'll come in handy.
There was a bunch of paintings in the other house. A bunch of paintings, so that one was kind of already set up. But I do want a TV. I can't believe I haven't looted this house. I'm such a noob sometimes. But yeah, we've got some already cool stuff in here, right? We want it to look fun during an aurora.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, they don't need it. Gotta look for pistols under the beds, you never know. But I like the setup of these kind of houses, and again, I really like the having a fireplace option, because we do have, I'd rather have two cooking spots, you know. More boots for leather. Was that something? No. We got a decent amount of furniture in here already, too. A microwave and a toaster. I don't think we have any bread products we can toast. Although, well, I guess Bannock. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, we can eat it. Hey, we got the snappy t-shirt. Oh, nice peanut butter. I love this painting, by the way. I'm glad it's already in the house. But yeah, I like the lamp stuff. They all look cool during auroras. Oh, a table. I can't believe I'm like, oh, we need cooking pots, and walk in and there's a house I haven't looted that has a cooking pot in it. I play video games. I'm not a genius. Can never leave too much leather or have too much leather. Yeah. Yeah, that's one other thing I was thinking. I know I left a bunch of clothes there in Milton. I got clothes kind of laying everywhere, so I thought we'd start consolidating a little bit. Actually definitely starting to turn the leather products into leather. For sure. Like, so we might even do a little bit of mending. But that's a good house. It's pretty much a copy of the one I was kind of thinking about staying in anyway. Now I'm like paranoid. We check these other houses. Oh my goodness. What day are we on?
I'll take it.
Aren't they like 120 something, right? 120. Yeah. I mean, I must have been inside, right? Nope. Wow. Matches. Good God.
Hmm. Okay.
That's another thing we could start bringing towards this way, also. There's a piece of leather right there, I swear. You know, a lot of times in video games and life, you're your own greatest enemy. Yeah, I'm definitely checking this house out over here. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. When I first started playing, uh, my first few Pilgrim and Voyager runs were pretty pathetic. Died from carrying too much and moving too slow. And that brings it full circle to the Travois, which has been a great addition. Buggy as it may be. Yeah, see, these houses are cool because you get an upstairs and everything. Alright, we've been in here. Which is nice. I like that, and I like the way the upstairs looks. I like the kitchen layout in these, too. A little bit more. Excuse me. And I like all the shelves, the bookshelves and whatnot. You can do a lot with these. So you get a ton of storage just sort of already, you know. Lighting's decent. And we haven't completely ransacked all the curtains out of here yet. We haven't had to. The day will come. Yeah, we totally cleaned this place. Alright. A lot of cool pictures in here, though. Keep that in mind. Oh, I like the hockey ones, too. Yeah. But I think there's a cool, I think there's a couple cool paintings at the lodge, and I'll probably go to Broken Railroad. I feel like if I'm gonna go for one gun rack that's close. It's even further away in Milton. I might as well grab the one that's in Broken Railroad too. But yeah, try to get some quirky, kind of funny signs and things. I'm gonna spend most of my day double checking houses. That's alright. We don't need to leave exactly in the morning. We'll probably sleep in a little bit if we stay up goofing with the Aurora. I mean, let's face it, our first objective is Mystery Lake. So, that's not that far away. Microwave's open, so, yep. Okay. The waffles with the heart. Okay, so we got doubles on pictures and stuff. Again, I can't believe I haven't hit any of these curtains yet. So that's good. We got a lot of cloth there. Plenty of little things we can pick up and move around. All right. But yeah, like I said, even if we leave kind of mid to late day tomorrow, it's fine. Well, it's the long dark. Anyway. It's fine as far as my timeline is going. It might not be fine. The sketchiest part of the trip is Ravine, honestly. You get smacked with a blizzard in Ravine, it's a little rough. Looks like the snow might clear up. Now I got a bunch of crap in my pockets I gotta get rid of. Also, I know I don't have a very good pie situation. I mean, I think I'm doing all right. Got one there. 3 of those, not in the greatest of shape. 2, so we got 3 pies. We got 1 already, also not in great shape. That's fine though. Take some of this porridge we left lying on the ground. Go ahead and grab a steak for our pocket. There we go. Probably another one of these wouldn't hurt. I don't remember how long it takes to make fishing tip-ups. I should probably bring, like, I guess 4. 3 or 4. I mean, I know the more you have, the better. But I feel like, as far as, like, managing them, I don't really want, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want 6. I think 3 is a pretty good number. I don't know if I have any extras here. I think they're all at the fishing hut. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're gonna need some scrap metal, right? Pretty sure about that. And what else do you need for those things? I still got stuff everywhere. Reclaimed wood, maybe? This poor, sad potato. I made all this effort to clean up my floors. Now I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff on the ground. Might take that with me. Kind of lightweight, a lot of calories if you get it to hit. I don't know if you can use tools on it. Well, it doesn't look like I have everything I need. Fishing tip up. Oh, we got some scrap, tackle, sticks, and cloth. Okay. So we don't need the reclaimed wood. That's for snares. Here we go. Just grab that. Right. Let's make some fishing tip ups. Oh, 40 minutes. Whew, that's a lot. Wish we could use tools. I'll grab some. Oh. Oh, there we go. 20 minutes. That's better. I feel like if you use tools, they should just stay in the bar. I mean, who doesn't want to continue to save time? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Blah, blah, blah. I want a couple fishing tackle to take with me. I think 3's good enough for me. I think, unless I want to take one for, like, to have as a spare, I don't think I do. Since we're going to leave them, we'll leave those in mystery, so. Shouldn't end up being too big a deal. We'll keep the cooking pot on us for now because let's put as much as we can in our lantern. I might even take that fuel with me just in case. Probably be using it a little bit on our walk. Yeah, we'll take both of those. Definitely when I do decide to go make bullets, we'll have plenty for it. Was it this one? No. Maybe this one. I think I put some scrap metal in here. Yeah. Yeah, we got snares in here. We got scrap metal in here. Boop, 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 boop. What other kind of junk can I get rid of? Let's get rid of this flare. Two of those. Yeah, maybe we'll grab some of that. And we'll make some hooks. And some line. And we'll make some fishing tackle. Nice. Alright. So yeah, 3 tip ups, 4 of these would be fine. We got a couple of hooks. Pretty sure I got some guts laying around. Mystery, and then there's... maybe I should take a hacksaw. Maybe I'll take a hacksaw and we'll get some scrap metal while we're in Mystery Lake too. Might as well. What kind of condition is Vaughn's rifle in? Because we're going to take the rifle. Like I said, we might do a little moose hunting. Uh, 71%. So we'll probably clean those up when we get back from our trip tonight. Anything else I can do? Right now, I guess I can just... Oh. I don't think I'm picking up anything too heavy, right? We'll grab a gun cleaning kit. We'll go ahead and start cleaning those up a little bit. Why not? The condition on Vaughn's rifle goes down pretty quick, so taking a little time to fix it up before we head out, definitely a good idea. Same thing for the pistol. Yeah, let's just bump it up all the way. Why not? We're just kicking it until the roar starts. It's starting. We'll get both of those up to 100. Might as well. Make it to... Chuck that in there. Oh, my axe is looking pretty beat up, though. I might have a better one on the workbench, though. Oh, wait, I got a 100% one in a trade. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, yeah, we'll just trade them out. Nice. That's a problem for another pizza right there. Future pizza. We'll have to deal with that. A lot of times I try to set future pizza up, but sometimes, you know, future pizza gets the short end of the stick. I don't think I have a book I'm actively reading right now. Oh, speaking of which, there it goes. I was just kind of waiting for the full Aurora to kick in. Drop that and that. That'll help with our weight a little bit. Let's signal the trade.
The lights are out, so I figured you'd be on the air.
I mean, the lights are on. Whatever.
Dropping the stuff off now.
Thanks, brother. You're the greatest. I think we're doing alright on food for a little trip here. We'll finish this little bit off. Grab a nice swig of water. And let's go see if we can get pemmican bars, yo. I think what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll make a little fire, and we'll get some fire hardened arrows so we can hunt ptarmigan while we're wandering about. Now, the sad thing is, I got like 4 bows. I don't think any of them are in good shape. I think they're all like, you know, in that 50% to below category, probably. But anytime we leave, again, if you're joining in, Pizza's a little sick. Sorry for the grossness. But anyway, anytime we leave the coastal areas, we want to try to get ptarmigan so we can get some more down. I'll tell you what's weird. Or it seems weird to me anyway. I mean, maybe I'm just lucking out and he's over there. But like every time I get an Aurora, the bear disappears for some reason. He's at a different rave. He and the wolves are at a cool rave. I don't know. Down there maybe. Alright, come on, pemmican bars. And like I said, well, hey, anytime I can get fishing book, sewing book, anything like that, I'm very excited. You know, there's only so many in the world. We haven't... Oh, he's out. Never mind. There's only so many in the world anyway. And only places where it's kind of guaranteed, you know. The only places we haven't been to is Sundered Pass, Black Rock. I might go to Sundered Pass. I probably won't go to Black Rock. Bleak Inlet, we're saving that for bullet making. Right? I've already got my ropes and everything I need for it, so might as well. I'm trying to think. I don't know that we've been to Hush River. I don't know if I put the signal tower together in Milton. I guess we could check while we're there. I think we've been everywhere else though. I usually, when I'm playing for reals, I try to hit that stuff like every place I can get to within 90 days. I don't often go to Black Rock unless I get really bored. Thunder Pass, probably again the least explored map that I've played. But generally, I try to hit everywhere else. Let's get our goody goods. Oh yeah, I picked up an extra pair of socks. Nothing wrong with having an extra pair of climbing socks laying around in case I screw up or get chewed on by a bear or something. Fall. Forget to fix them. Who knows? That's how I lost my ear wrap. Still kind of salty about that. Bear broke my ear wrap. I like them because they're a little bit waterproof. Whereas the insulation is zero waterproofing. But basically to protect this is where I fell last time. So let's try this a little better. To keep the moose-hide bag protected during really bad weather, I gotta switch to the skates, so I call them skates, whatever, the crampons. This is the immersion run. And I don't think sprains wouldn't happen in the real world. I just think the mechanic's pretty broken. We would have just, you just get so many sprains. And that part doesn't make sense. This is the part that I'm getting sprains in a game where I can't hop over anything. I can't really even step over anything. Yeah. Nice Aurora. I feel like some of them are more colorful than others, so that's a nice shot there, isn't it? Like some of them I feel like are like this, right? Lots of green, and a little bit of purple. Some of them feel like they're really good. It's a nice mix of colors, purples, reds, greens. We're changing out a lot, moving around the map a lot. Anyway, nothing wrong with a good backup of socks. We might use the flour to make a couple pies while we're also we're going to make some of these fire hardened arrows. Speaking of which, I think a fresh batch of meat pies, maybe energy pies, I don't know. I'll find my skillet. Hopefully it's here. Now, when I first started playing the game, I was terrible at losing my bedroll. Just leaving it. After all the, I don't know, 1,000+ hours, now it's mainly just skillets and pots.
Hey, what's the story?
Morning glory.
Here's my best stuff right now.
Oh, he made it sound good. Oh, a hatchet. Another 100% hatchet. That's pretty tempting. See, it's all these stupid soups every time. Matches. Ooh, alright, well, let's get some more matches. That's a pretty good price. I might get 2 packs of those, actually. I don't care about the soup. I want pemmican bars. And I feel like I just gotta keep I feel forced in this situation where I have to buy these stupid soups to lower the recipe count so I can get the pemmican bars, you know? We do have the reduced price, though, so we don't have to get a battery. We got a Camp Mystery shirt. 3 hides. Yeah, the water's reduced. Ptarmigan is reduced. What about an MRE? Maybe we'll grab another MRE. Those are always nice to have around. Yeah, we'll grab another MRE. It's just meat now, too. Alright, we'll throw the hatchet on.
Right.
We'll worry about that when we get back from our trip to Milton. Okay. Things to think about pizza. Well, let's just go make these arrows first. Pretty sure my skillet's outside. How are we doing on coffee? We got 1 cup. Of pre-made. Maybe we'll make a couple coffees while we're out there. Yeah, I'm just going to assume my skillet's out there. Pretty sure it is. Oh! Well, no, I got the flour on me, right? That's all you need? Do I need salt? I never remember. Oh, oil. That's what I forgot. Yeah, let's pop back in and get some oil. And what if it's not? Yeah. It would be typical. It would be typical. Aha! Yay! I think it was just, you know what? I'm putting that in the pack right now. No, I need to use it, don't I? Idiot Pizza, my favorite brand. Oof. We might need to grab some cedar. Do I have oil out here though? I do. Look at me. I don't know how much biscuits that makes, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, we kind of have an endless supply of coal nearby. I think we'll just grab some of that for today. Yeah, it's okay. Finally beating this fire striker up a little bit, though. Maybe we'll switch it out for a better one before we leave, too. Like I said, I'm not trying to necessarily leave at the crack of dawn. We'll figure it out as we go on. Oh, feathers! I do need to go back inside. That's alright. We'll get some of these biscuits going first. I think I have some decent deer meat. Let's just use the best what we got here. We'll get some meat pies going. I remember how to play the game correctly. There we go. We'll grab a pocket full of feathers. I might need a few more sticks too. I can't remember if it's like 3 or 5. Something like that. We'll take the chance on it's a bigger number. I'm just going to grab all the feathers. I probably don't need 105 of them. I'm sure that's more than enough. I'm excited that we're getting stuff like matches and hatchets and things now. I know you can get a hammer too. So we've traded enough to get the reduced trade. Like I said, in theory we should be getting some of the better recipes. It's just always soup. I just don't have any plans to make most of these soups, so... And I believe, like, the carrot trade and stuff, for 1 carrot and 1 potato, they want, like, a sapling. That just doesn't make any sense to me. 3 fire hardened arrows, 32 minutes. Actually, that's probably perfect. 22 minutes. Alright. Speed these guys. Peaches. I think I have a can of peaches out here, yes? Corn. I thought those were peaches. Alright. Honestly, this is a little bit like how I cook at home. I made burritos the other day. I swore I had some cherry tomatoes, but I usually get like a can of either roasted tomatoes, diced right in a can, or tomatoes with green chilies in them. And I was 100% positive that I had some. I was gonna say, I think I pretty good much got a new can of peaches. Should I just use rose hips though? Maybe we'll just use rose hips. We'll use that with the good flour and oil. We should get some nice pies. I don't really need to worry about conditioning on the peaches. Alright, so we got a lot of the equipment on us we need to go. We got some extra stuff we need to get rid of. We get some pies, some gross pies we can just throw in our pocket. Use those along the way. Okay. Oh, I got some in my pocket. We'll eat the fresh stuff now, or, well, you know, as fresh as it gets in the dark. And we're going to use the lightweight cured meat. I got all this stuff laying around for our actual trip. Keep the weight down as much as possible. Rosehip pies, here we go. Okay. And then while those are cooking, we're gonna make. Maybe we'll do 9 fire hardened arrows. I'm gonna do 9. Yeah, let's just do 9. We're going through multiple regions. We'll probably get a chance on quite a few ptarmigans, so we might as well have some of the extras with us. How much does that weigh? Just 2 pounds. Do I go for 12? We could do 12. I'm gonna think on it for a minute. I'm gonna think on it for a minute. I was a Boy Scout. It's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared, right? Yes, I did make it to actual Boy Scout. A little oil from that. Throw that in the can we've got. Chuck this fish on the ground. Okay. Now, I don't think flour takes any more damage being outside or inside, so we'll just leave this bag here. Yeah, it might help me. Oh, coffee. Good call. Good call. Yeah, let's get at least 2 more cups cooked. We want it. I wish it would tell me which one is actually in worse shape. Whatever. Pick up the skillet pizza. Okay. Yoink. There you go. Grab the torch. What time is it? Yeah, time to go to bed for sure, for sure. Let's just grab these real quick in case I need it. And then we'll wake up in the morning, we'll empty our pockets as best we can, load up on anything else I think I need, and then hopefully, if the weather permits, we're going to start walking out of Coastal Highway. I'm ready for a change, y'all. Don't know about you guys. I am ready for a change. I need to get out of town for a bit. All these rabbit guts are stinking up the place. It's always best to go to sleep with a little bit of raw meat in your pocket, right? And just nibble on that a little bit. Top off the tank. We're probably going to need, we might need all 7 hours. I mean, this is the immersion run. We have a different kind of numbers. We should be, like, a grown adult, 7 hours is pretty good sleep. Like, I'm happy to get 7 hours. That's good. Not quite fully rested, but we're rested. I think we'll drop that oil back off outside, so I have it. Right there. Drop the meat off. Which coffee did we end up using? Of course we ended up using the 100% coffee. Of course we did. Why would? Makes sense. Alright, we'll take those with us. 88 pounds, kind of heavy. But not all this stuff is going to make it all the way to Milton. What's my bow at? 53%? This one is at 53%. Hey, you're getting an idea of when I like to throw things on the ground. That's the same one. 31. 30. I guess we'll take 2 50% bows, and that equals 100%. Pizza logic. We only have 3 regular arrows. I think if I do any real hunting, it'll probably be... with the rifle. We don't have a ton of bullets, but that's fine. Alright, how are we looking on crap in our pockets? think all that stuff's fine. We'll lose the oil. I don't... You know what? Look, watch me walk right into a blizzard. But they'll look good in the store when we get to, you know, that far. Alright. We need to add a few meats to it around. Oh, I got all these random clothing in my pocket. Get the random clothing pile over here, so... Yeah, use. Yeah, definitely use. I think we're going to leave the snappy t-shirt behind for now and put on our fisherman's sweater for real warmth. Let's face it. Oh yeah, our special socks. The usual... Oh, I still only have one of these. Let's grab a couple of these for the road. Hopefully I'll remember to make a few while we're walking. Clothing set. Yes. Meds and things are good. Yes. Guess we could grab a box of tea in case the worst happens. I want to switch out some coal for some cedar. We need to pick up a few sticks. We'll grab the rest of the pies. A little bit of water for walking. I think I'm actually going to try to eat this because it's already in crap condition, so we'll get rid of that along the way. Oh yeah, let's see if we have just a slightly better igniter. Yeah, we've got a great one. Let's switch those out for now. Hope for the best. Oh, look, there's double stacks, so we got plenty of matches too. Okay, I'm cool with that. 2. Drop this down to 4 for now. Maybe 5. What do we got? 85 pounds? Not too bad. So let's see our hacksaws. What kind of condition they're in. Alright, we're taking this one. I'm pretty sure I have tools. At least the blue tools in Mystery. Other than fishing, I can't really think of a use I'm going to need for the pry bar. So we'll just keep that one because it's at 94%. We fixed up our hatchet. What's our knife at? 86. Isn't it? 89. I couldn't really tell. I didn't really look too hard. That's fine. That's good. Let's load up the rifle for kicks and giggles. Oh, it's preloaded. So I've got 24 bullets. Wow. Alright. More than I need, but like I said, we might go moose hunting. I got the 3 tip-ups. We got our can and our skillet. You know what I think I might take to Mystery just in case? Just like a little bit of flour and a little bit of oil. Even if I have it there already, it's not that big a deal. We filled up our lantern. We got a little bit of extra fuel. We got a book for a fire. We've got accelerant. Yes. Oh, sticks. There we go. Never walk out the door with less than 6 sticks. That's just personal rule of pizza. Now the important part. Don't crash. Don't crash. If it crashes, love you guys. You're amazing. Hope you have a great day and be good to each other. Oh, we got a sunny day. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Can't think of a better way to start. And around noon. It is not even that cold of a day. You feel like it's 44 degrees, so it's above freezing. That's acceptable. We're going to drop this, and we're going to start grabbing the... I'm not going to scream and cry about the mechanics of this game right now. I swear to God. I swear to God. I kind of want to. Alright, pocket full of these. We should be getting up close to our full amount. We're not really picking up anything along the way, though, you know? And I should have meat laying around both places. I know I have a decent amount of meat laying around in Milton, so... Stupid voice, stupid cold. What's wrong with humans? Why are we so weak? Hey, thanks, Mrs. Wright, for joining in. I hope you have a great day. Be good to each other, all those good things. Thank you for joining and sharing like you do. Truly a supporter of the channel. I appreciate you. Alright, getting a little froggy. Maybe we'll just take the road. And see what we see along the way. Picked up all my snares, I believe, in the last episode, last 2 episodes, so... Don't need to worry about any of that kind of stuff. We can just head out. Thank you, ma'am. Alright. I mean, I kind of want to cut across the ice because it's going to be a little bit faster. If it goes full fog, though, that's going to be annoying. I kind of have to head out to come back in. We'll just take the road. Forget it. Forget it. Remember, every time you're like in the long dark, no matter how you're playing Immersion Run or No Goa, anytime you're like, you know what, let's do something a little stupid, it doesn't tend to pay off very well. So we'll just take the safe route today. Ugh, pizza's drinking Diet Mountain Dew today. It's getting a little low. I'm probably going to have to run and get another glass of cup. Actually, this is a cup of Mountain Dew here shortly. Let's see if we can get maybe 2 or 3 ravine before we do that. Anyway, I try to keep my little breaks down to less than 2 minutes, so you guys wouldn't miss much. I tell you though, I am really looking forward to getting out of Coastal Highway. Wait, you know, I said here's the thing. I said when we come back, we're going to spend probably about a month in Coastal Highway. We'll go all the way to the end. All right, so there's 10 days. Right? There's 10 days. And then 101. Okay, we spent about 20 some odd days here. Oh my gosh, is that real? Man. Yeah. Oh, I didn't grab my extra pies. Stupid pizza. I got stuff to make pies though, so. And I probably got a bunch of dead pies laying around different parts of the maps. See what we can gain from those, right? At least I have some pies with me this time. I didn't leave them all on the porch somewhere. I'm thinking it has been a minute since we killed the bear. Great place to stay right here, by the way, if this little house is up. I mean, you can stay in the trailer. That way you don't get a bear in your face when you walk out the door. And I think there are, I heard them howling. I know there are wolves nearby, but I think they're up in the hills and on the ice. That might be a pretty good place to stay. I'm really worried about things. I tend to stay more towards the end of the fishing huts. I just think, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The fishing huts and the Quonset hut are super dangerous. Period. Jackrabbit and maybe the log jam back there is probably the better places around the ice to stay. Both the fishing huts and the Quonset hut both have pretty windproof areas, though, if you want to have a fire, so that's a big benefit. Quonset hut, you don't really have to worry about a bear, but you do need to worry about the wolves being, like, right in your face as soon as you walk out the door. Fishing hut, you gotta worry about bears and wolves. There are definitely bears anyway. There's wolves in the hills all around it. I don't remember dealing with a lot of wolves though around the actual fishing huts. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the best place to stay in Coast of the Highway? It's probably the Fire Watch Tower. There's wolves up there too. I think in true survival, I like the fishing huts a little better. Quonset is just super dangerous. Them wolves are just, they spawn there so often. Alright, we'll try it. Oh, what do we got here? Yep, bear prints. Alright, so we'll go to the water instead. Immersion run, people. Are we facing a ton of danger from the bear? No. But if I saw bear tracks in the snow going in the direction that I wanted to walk, guess what? I would naturally go a different way. Although I have killed him on this stream before. Like, not, I've killed the bear on the Immersion run stream. We've also killed him in this little stream up that we're going to walk up over here. Words. Turn the headphones up a little bit. Keep an ear out for grumbling, crunching snow, those kind of things. Look at all the fur here. Definitely set up, like, they weren't crazy about making the trader's home here. I'm one of those people that personally thinks that, you know, he should be kind of accessible in most of the coastal areas, right? I get why they picked this place, but I also am kind of like, eh. It'd be nice if you could get the trader in Bleak. It'd be nice if you could get the trader in Desolation Point. I like Desolation Point. You may be going, look at the cattails. I leave them there on purpose. Right? Hey, listen, you never know, right? You know, it's funny. Not that we haven't had blizzards and stuff, but at the start of this series now, I just get blizzard after blizzard after blizzard. There he is. Particularly the early game, we just had so many. Alright, let's try to... I think he goes up to the ice, he walks the ice a little bit, and then he turns around and heads back to the cabin. So let's kind of just, you know, circumnavigate him a little bit. Last time I tried to fight him out here, I got chewed to pieces. Got an infection that I forgot to take care of. Went to sleep. Almost died. So again, just like in real life, even though our concerns with the bear would be minimal, let's not be stupid humans. That is something stupid humans do. I've seen it. I think we can, I think I need to cut him this way though. Hopefully, like I said, I think he goes. Jesus Christ. One wolf, in reality, immersion run, people. That's real. We're respectfully avoiding the bar. If we take this hill this way, we should be fine. That guy tries to get too fresh. We can deal with him. I think we're good. And I you know, hey, if you've seen Pizza's videos, you already know what I think. But I like to repeat it because in case you're new. If they had sliders, if there was more nuanced things, if one wolf ran to get the wolf pack, like you need to kill this wolf, or he's going to go get his friends. If the only, you know, if there wasn't such a cheesy, easy way to kill all these animals by just waiting until they run into your face. If a flare gun wasn't the most OP weapon in the game, I would reconsider what I think would be immersive with these animals, but in the immersion run, I just don't think any of it makes sense. The Timberwolf packs. And I honestly, if I could just leave the Timberwolf packs on as truly the only real aggressors on the map, I would probably leave it on. Or coming across a full actual pack of wolves, which this game considers to be 3 or 4, but in real life is something like, you know, anywhere from 12 to 30 plus wolves. I'm an OG gamer, y'all. First video game system I had was Pong. I remember crowding around a bunch of kids to play Donkey Kong in the local Winn-Dixie. The first stand-up arcade game I ever saw. In the early 80s. I remember Shakey's when they got the first table games for Miss Pac-Man, which was super dope. I love Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man, by the way, 1000% better than Pac-Man. Always has been. first home gaming system beyond Pong was the Intellivision. My cousin, well, actually, he's my uncle, but we're like 5 years apart. Anyway, he was adopted uh, late. Anyway, that's not really the point. He's my uncle no matter what. But yeah, yeah, yeah. He had they had way more money than we did. He had the Atari and the Commodore 64, and then a lot. I played a lot of arcade games, right? In actual arcades, and the next home system really wasn't for me. It was for my brother, and that was Nintendo. But we had, I really liked Duck Hunt and the Olympics game. And my parents had got the actual pad that you could, like, in theory, you could run on for, like, track and field events and stuff. But really, we just sat on our knees and used our hands because it was much faster and much easier. Alright, I need that Mountain Dew. We're going to curl up in this corner real quick. I'll be back in less than 2. Where was it? Oh yeah. So I played in my later teens. I played NES with my brother in our parents' rec room, and then I was still playing arcade games sometimes with my friends when we go to the beach or something. And I mentioned this before. In the early '90s, my mother worked in the computer industry, and we were one of the first households to have you know, PC, that kind of stuff. But we were also one of the first people I knew that played Doom, which I thought was really cool. I enjoyed Doom a lot. And then, honestly, you know, it was at a point where, like, and it sounds funny in today's culture, right? But in your later teens to early 20s, like, playing video games was not cool. Girls did not find that attractive at all. That was very a kid-like thing to do, right? So I kind of got out of gaming for a while. Not even in arcades. You know, we might play air hockey or pinball somewhere, because those were still around. And that was apparently still okay, acceptable. Plinko, that was a thing. But anyway, but I would say in 93 or 94, my girlfriend and I moved to California? No, Colorado. And I got a Sega 3, I think it was. And she was kind of like, oh no. Seems a little lame. But we started playing Excite Bike. And I think it was maybe... No, not Excite Bike. Is it Road Rash? I think it was Road Rash. It's like Road Rash 3. Oh my god, she fell in love with that game. And all of a sudden, video games got to be cool again, right? So I had the Sega 3. We played a bunch of games on those. I don't think they had this everywhere, but in Colorado they had, with your cable network, right? You could get the Sega Channel. And it had 30 games that changed up like every month with the games that you could play. And we thought we were living like in the future, y'all. For reals. And how do I do this? I always mess this up. There we go. We thought we were, because the internet was around, right? We used the internet to apartment hunt. We were printing off pictures from the internet of possible apartments we wanted to rent. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's grab some of these while we're around about too. We were printing out maps that we could use to get to places. We were slick. And then I would say around 96, 97, ended up getting a PC, and with the mother of my son, not the girlfriend from Colorado, we started playing Myst. I was like, computer games are lit. And we had that for a while. We played Myst. And what were we into? We were into into the Myst. Oh my god, that sounds so into the mystic. Myst, The Sims, Red Alert was a big one for me. Command and Conquer. What's the one that's kind of like Portals or something? Doom was like Doom 2 at that point, maybe. Oh, tons of birch bark. Perfect. Probably over 100, that's fine. Anyway, I thought like consoles were dumb. PC games were the only way to go. And I played a lot of PC games for a while. And then at some point, I had a friend give me their old PlayStation 1. And I really like the controller. I much prefer controllers over WSD and all that mess. So I was like, oh, you know, this is alright. And then I ended up getting a PlayStation 2. And let's face it, that's one of the best consoles that ever came around, right? The games were lit. I played, you know, was it Grand Theft Auto 3? I think it's the first iteration that was on PlayStation 2, maybe? And yeah, I think so. And it just tons of games. I think Gun was another one I really liked. Black. There was a lot of good games on PlayStation 2. And then my future wife and I, at that point, got together, and she was already a gamer, right? She was younger than me, and was so excited I had a PlayStation 2. And she had a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo from back in the day. So we'd have game nights and hang out, and that's when I kind of got back into video gaming. And for a while there, I always had a PC and, you know, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, eventually PlayStation 4. I don't have a PC now. Alright, yeah, we got food, we got ptarmigan nearby, I know that. Let's go ahead and eat that. And maybe we'll eat one of these things on the ground, just this way, some enough meat. There we go. Water? Yes. Perfect. Alright, I know I have like a regular rifle here.
Drop any of this gear.
There's some other things I want to get moved eventually. My theory is, though, I try to leave weapons in certain areas that I know I'm going to be coming back to, because that way I don't have to carry a weapon with me if I don't want to. Because I'm going all the way to Milton, I figured we just bring Bond's rifle because it's a little bit lightweight. So I think we'll grab these guts. Take those back with us. The pelts can stay, I think. Yeah, we got a nice rifle just sitting here. This is the kind of stuff I want to start tearing up while we're here. And possibly moving some of this stuff. Yeah, we could bring our festive sweater with us. Ooh, extra pair of snow pants. Yeah. Breaking some of this stuff down for cloth. Let's look in the lockers. I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of stuff in here. So we got gun cleaning kit. Oh, a couple of knives would be good. Mushrooms. Bunch of scrap metal. That's perfect. Some matches. Let's grab the scrap metal. Anything in here? A little bit. Oh, a bunch of uncured saplings. Beautiful. That come in handy. And we're going to throw, I think, probably just half the scrap metal on the ground. We're going to take this half with us. I think we're good.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Alright, let's see if we can pop maybe a couple of ptarmigan, and then we'll head to the camp office and probably call it a day for this part of the trip. The PlayStation 4, personally, I think it's the winner of the console. Honestly, I think PlayStation 2 is probably the winner of the console wars. PlayStation 3 was okay. It was the bridge between PlayStation 2 and what PlayStation 4 would become. Oh. Hmm. Well, that's a bit annoying. But I'm going to leave this hacksaw here. And that'll help us wait just a little bit. And we'll harvest some of that metal that's laying around in the shed and in the dam. Like I said, we'll lose some things along the way. I kind of want to get these guts and stuff out this way. Is my skillet here? No, it's cooking pot. Right. That's fine. Right. Sometimes there's a wolf hanging over here. I thought I heard ptarmigan when we first came over here. And this is a good spot for hunting ptarmigan. There's two really good spots along the way. It's pretty foggy for the second one, but we might be able to do a little damage right here.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
How about a couple of ptarmigan? Yeah, there's definitely at least one down here. Can be pretty difficult to see, though. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's four. Alright, I see one. For some reason I can't draw the bow. We can do the rock. Alright, there's two at least. That might not be a ptarmigan that I'm shooting at. Thought it was. That's a rock. There's a ptarmigan. Okay. Oh, come on! The range on this is stupid. Oh my god, it's a good thing I made 12 friggin' arrows. I can't believe he hasn't flown away yet. Finally! Jesus.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Look at all this. I keep saying they need to fix the hitboxes on these dead animals. Well, weakened all those arrows for kicks and giggles. For one ptarmigan. I'm still missing one. Here we Super foggy. Don't really know if we're going to get able to hunt any more ptarmigan tonight. There are a few more along the pathway here. But we are going all the way to Milton and back, and to Broken Railroad, so we should have a few more opportunities. But again, if you've been following the videos and the channel, you know that I'm trying to, by spring or summer, get a PlayStation 5. At least time to move up to the quote-unquote next gen. Because eventually, the workhorse that the PlayStation 4 is amazing, but eventually they're just not going to make games for it. Because they're going to come out with the PlayStation 6. And I will be the PlayStation 5 playing those games on it, probably. I was going to say, I think I cleaned this up pretty well last time I was here. Well, we'll follow the track, see if we can get the mysterious mystery deer that hangs out by the camp office, maybe. You can get ptarmigan up by the camp office, but again, they're a little hard to find in the fog. Very froggy. I wouldn't mind getting a PC. This cost is really not very good right now. And even though I can't get all the games I would like to play, to get them to perform at the level I would like them to perform at, I can get plenty to keep me happy and busy. And to this day, honestly, there's still games that perform better on the PlayStation 4 that perform on the PlayStation 5. This game being one of them, in certain aspects. Green Hell is apparently much easier to play. Looks better, has less problems on the PlayStation 4 than the PlayStation 5. So, but that's kind of why I want to get the PlayStation 5, because eventually we're going to get to that situation where they do come out with a PlayStation 6. And we're going to need to be in that nice in-between space again. The U.S. economy is a wreck, unless you're a millionaire or billionaire. Probably even not so much if you're a millionaire anymore. And it used to be, you know, once you get towards the holidays, you could get good deals, prices of things would go down. But honestly, the better times are like middle of the summer, It's actually one of the best times to purchase things, especially higher end purchases. Less people are buying, and prices tend to go down. So that's what I'm hoping for. If I want to buy a couch or electronics in the U.S., it's better to get it in the middle of the summer. Lots of buns around here now. More interested in a deer or some ptarmigan. Over here, see any signs. The fog might be clearing up a little bit. I don't know. It'd certainly be great if it would to fit into my plans. But I was going to say, we've probably got... we don't really have a lot of cooked meat, but we do have some cured meat and some steak on the porch. Let's grab that. That, Alright. Honestly, I'd rather spend the night at Trapper's Cabin.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Quick look at the floor. We got a lot of saplings. Good. We do have some guts here. That's good. Let's drop those. Let's drop the scrap metal. There's my other skillet. Perfect. Alright. We do have some scrap metal here too. Whoops, I didn't really mean to pick that up. Yeah. So, good. Glad I decided to bring the flour and the oil up here. We'll drop both those here. Let's go through Pete's drawers. Now, we got a bunch of snares. We got a bunch of bullets in here. That's good. We got some coffee for quesos. Let's put these fishing tip-ups away. This should probably be clothing. Yep. Yeah, leather jacket. Maybe I'll try to get that back home. Gun cleaning kit. More scrap. It's kind of rando stuff. And this one. We do have a wire here. That could come in handy. And the transistors. Alright. Not a lot of stuff I really want to mess with here. What time is it? Let's see if we can read. Oh, here we go. Let's clean this up. There's a bunch of stuff upstairs, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. Let's throw this on real quick. Skadoosh. Okay, we do have tools. We do have another hacksaw here too. What shape is it? Pretty good. Fine. Let's drop off some feathers. Let's drop off this ptarmigan down. We'll get a quick peek at the weather. See if it cleared up a little bit. And again, I feel pretty positive I left some pies. Okay, good, perfect. In Milton. Let's see. Let's use this. This. And that. And we'll head to Trappers. I might even go through the cave. Sleep in the cave. So we can head out to Milton in the morning. Look at that gorgeous moon. Yep, there are the bun buns. I think they've done Mystery Lake some really nice by shifting some of the animals around here. I think they've done a good job. I don't think it's true for every map, but I definitely think for Mystery Lake. Yeah. We'll go, like I said, we'll have a quick look at Trappers. Might throw a few things on the ground. We'll definitely eat some dinner. We can just go ahead and eat. We'll eat this fresh meat. Here, get a slug of water. The idea is to, you know, a bunch of meat and stuff I don't really care about. We can always leave a bunch of stuff like that on the ground. Just want to make sure I don't take any like unnecessary like tools and things. So I'm going to drop this. Into Mountain Town. Because we want to try to carry back at least the gun rack, maybe some posters and things, like I said, pots and pans, practical stuff. Again, we might tear up some clothing. Of the cloth, I probably don't need a lot of cloth to bring back with me now, but we can go ahead and tear up some stuff to get cloth. And then, but definitely would like to bring the leather back with me. Anything else that's valuable enough to bring back on this trip? We'll run past Mac's last stand, see if he's got any feathers for us. He's over here, yes. Now, I do tend to clean up the deer in Broken Railroad, but I try to leave pretty much everything alone in Mystery. So I can come back here for feathers. I feel like you gotta spend a little bit of time in the area, though. I really do. So maybe we'll get some on the way back. Milton also probably has most of the dead bodies and deer laying around, so we might be able to get a few feathers out of that. I don't see Mr. Bear. And it doesn't look like we have a mysterious mystery moose hanging out. It'd be nice. And the deer here. But we're going to take a quick peek in the Trapper's Homestead. I might throw a little bit of this meat on the ground. For future travels. It doesn't really end up weighing that much. I don't really think I have much more here than the basics. Yeah, we don't even have anything in the locker right now. Yeah, a little bit of firewood, a little bit of water. A little book we read during a snowy day. Yeah. We'll drop this extra can off here. Is there anything I want to shove in here, actually? You know what? Yeah, we'll probably make that happen. Look at that. Already at 35%. Ugh. We can probably use a couple torches. Alright. Get through the cave. Spend the night, see what the weather's like. What time is it? No, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's throw a couple of these down for later. That's fine. Now, more than likely, I've already got like a little area, a fire at least, a past fire with some water and stuff from cruising through this cave, so I'm not too worried about that. We filled up our special lantern before we left. We've got a little extra fuel. I do think we're going to check the Milton bunker just in case it's there. I'm not sure if it is or not. Oh, this cave does crash sometimes, so if it does, if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Be good to each other. Oh, we made it. All right. Skadoosh. Any coal, we're just going to leave on the ground, right? Because I'd rather bring it out towards Milton than take it out towards Mystery than take it into Milton. So there's not a ton that spawns in here, and again, I feel like sometimes you got to reactivate the regions when you travel through them. Well, there's some. All right, good. But yeah, taking coal to Mountain Town isn't really going to help me. Pulling it out towards Mystery will, so. There's a piece over there. And I don't really think we're going to run into any kind of situations where it's really going to be a big necessity to get the little trip we need to make to get to Milton. Yep, there we go. We got a fire, we got water, we got coal, we got torches, we got everything we need. So let's find a place to put this down. It's going to be a little tricky. There we go. And we'll eat up the rest of this wolf meat. And let's crack this open. There we go. A slug of water. And let's see how we're doing. Yeah, let's go for 8 hours. I doubt we'll sleep that long. Alright, let's see what the weather's like outside. Absolutely plan to make it to Grey Mother's today. And then we're probably going to call it a video. I gotta run to the store, I gotta eat, I gotta go to bed in a little while. And get ready for work at night. That's right, pizza works overnight, midnight to 8 in the morning. I'll say, I bet it's super foggy. That's fine. Fog means it's not a blizzard, right? Shouldn't be too cold. It's chilly. But we're doing well enough that we don't really need to worry about the cold today. We're not at a freezing temp, so. Oh. Looks like we're clearing up. Early morning fog makes sense. Happens in Virginia a lot. It usually takes about to mid-morning. I think you should get wet when you come through here, though. What do you guys think? Yeah, spray from the waterfalls. Most people are like, why would you make this game harder? Yeah. You're right. Oh, look at this. Beautiful sunrise. With this quiet little area. We can't have wolves down below, though. We were not in the immersion run. Murderous villains down below. Right, let's cross our tree. Rope climb down, not too difficult. Per usual, and I'll say this and then forget things, but anything I really want from here, I want to take back to Mystery Lake. There's nothing really worth picking up on the way out here. If anything, I probably got a bunch of rose hips sitting at grandmother's I need to bring back.
Thank goodness. Made it through another night.
You tell him, Astrid. You know, I could have left the pry bar back at Mystery Lake. Unless there's some random car or something I missed. I don't think so, though. This should be at least our third time. It could even be the fourth time coming here, so. Now the skates, all they do is reduce the little bar that's going down on the right now. They don't make you climb any faster or anything like that. They just give you a slightly more time before the stamina on your right reduces. Not your total stamina bar, just that little bar on the right. They will, however, give you 100% protection on your side back. Pretty sure I gathered all the acorns. I don't think we need to spend any time doing that. Let's grab a few sticks. There's not a ton of firewood here. Except up here. I'm just going to double check everything. I think there's a book. Sometimes I leave a pair of boots here. Cool. But yeah, most everything that needs to be scavenged in this area, if we find anything, it's going to be left over, you know. or glitched. Sometimes in this game, like, you'll go to a place and you'll be like, I thought saplings spawned here. And you won't see any saplings, but then you go back a second time and there they are, so. But yeah, I'm not going to run around looking for any more harvestables or anything. Specifically. There's a chance I missed a few, though. Sneaky little booger. I broke the arrow, but at least we got the bird. We'll take it. I don't think I've ever seen one right outside the gas station. That's cool. Quick look in here. Now we are going to build a store, so when you get a little cool store signs or anything, I'm going to think about grabbing. Not really sure if there are many. Can I bring that back with me? I doubt it. Boat oars. I don't think we can put a drink machine in our pack. No, that would be cool. Although these things are going to come in handy at some point. Well, I like this coffee pot. I might end up grabbing that before we leave. These would be fun. Yeah. Maybe the time clock would be cool. This little ooh. Could get a full PC. That would be kind of cool. Well, I kind of want one of these too. Alright. Nothing right now though. Oh, can I get the coffee? Let's see. Aw, I wanted the coffee sign. We can get this, though. That's cool. Let's just go ahead and grab that.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, how heavy is that? 11 pounds! Well, that's not going with us. We carry firewood. I kind of want that, too, though. Why are these signs so heavy? What's this? Restricted area. Yeah. I could get the PC, but it's probably pretty heavy. Ooh, and the time clock. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. We already weighed ourselves down pretty quickly. I was more or less hoping for the coffee sign, honestly. We get the magazine sign? We can. Why are all these signs so heavy? Okay, half a pound. That makes more sense. Do another orca, another we carry firewood. Make it. No. We can take this case though. No, I can't. I really want to be able to take the candy machine with me. Come on. Alright. The shopping basket might be cool. Oh, it broke. I love you guys. Have a good day. Be good to each other. Peace.